Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. This is ChrisLuvsLux, and today we're just doing a get ready with me. Another chatty one. I'm telling you a little bit about the trip and what happened to me after I got back. Interesting, right? So let's talk about that. And while I'm creating this look using a couple of new products and some products that are still my faves, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about this channel and how much fun we have over here. And I will be putting links to the items that I'm using today. I always forget to do that. I always forget to say that. Anywho, I am going to put them down and start to be a little more diligent when it comes to that. Because when you use those links, what happens is I get a small commission that I'm able to put back into the channel to do more reviews, bring you more content. You know, it gets expensive. So if you want to support the channel in that way, please feel free to do so. If you don't, it's all good. I'm just glad that you show up, honey. I'm glad that you clicked the video and you here to chit chat with me. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Hey y'all, it's early, excuse me, early in the morning. As you can see, it's 5:59. I've taken a nice long shower. Been up since 4:15 this morning, not on purpose, but anyway. I'm gonna put some stuff on my lips because my lips are a tad bit dry. I don't want to put too much on because I want a matte lip. If you hear me clearing my throat often, that is because I am getting over COVID. That's my alarm to let me know it's 6. I am getting over COVID, and we'll talk about that as I apply my makeup. This is going to be a catch-up, get ready with me. I am going into the office for the first time in probably a month. So that's where I'm going. I have an all-day training session today. So that is what the deal is. So I figured I would press record. A couple of new things. Actually, just one new thing I'm actually trying, right? Two. So I figured I like get ready with me. So I said, let me press record and we could start. Oh, so just so you know, I have to share. I am smelling delicious right now. I'm trying to focus. I have 2 fragrances on. I have Hacivat and 100 Silent Ways, both by Neiman. I mix them together. I don't need that much Hacivat because they're both very good, but this is like a powerhouse. So I just spray these and then I douse myself in this over it, but holy moly. And Hacivat has a pineapple base, right? Pineapple, bergamot, and I want to say orange, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's orange. So out after my Dove, you know, regular bar soap and everything, I use this. Yes, I had to pull it out so y'all see it. This is just from TJ Maxx. I paid like $7 for this big bottle, right? Grapefruit and sweet orange body wash. So I use that, and then I use the Tree Hut pineapple scrub because of the pineapple in Hacivat, and oh my Jesus, my whole room is just like, anywho, I digress. Let's get into just catching up. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So let's start with, and first I hope everybody's doing well. And I've been dropping videos that by the time you see this, it'll be next week. So this week I have been dropping my pack with me, or what's in my bag videos that I had filmed before I went to Cancun, right? I had every intention on, you know, dropping that as soon as I had gotten back from vacation. However, I came back sick. So I wasn't able to do anything, right? That week in almost 2 weeks. What am I doing? Look, I'm not even doing this right already. Anyway, so my eyebrows are oily, y'all, because I use a Rose de Mai by Chantecaille, the face oil, and it is hydrating, but I love it. But anyway, so let's start off with the vacation. Had a wonderful time despite coming back sick. I mean I really did. I was much needed rest and reset, I will say. Got to spend time with, you know, quality time, I'll say, with my best friend and my daughter. So, you know, it was all good. And I didn't feel bad the whole time I was there, you know, not at all. And honestly, when I first got back, I didn't test negative either. But I was sick, but I wasn't testing negative, right? So just thought, oh, must it be the change in the weather or whatever it was? I don't know. So I went, I went to Cancun. We weren't sitting next to people we weren't sitting next to anyone but each other on the plane because it was just my daughter and myself. I purposely bought business class tickets because there's no first class. It's business class and economy, right? So that we wouldn't have a stranger next to us breathing on us and all this, especially because there's no mask requirement on a plane. I wore a mask, right? And so did she, and we kept it on other than when we were drinking, right? On purpose. Same thing at the actual airport. We did not, despite the fact that, you know, we saw a ton of people who were just la-di-da-di-da without one. That's your preference. For me though, I stayed masked. Same thing on the transportation to the hotel, which was about an hour away from the airport. We stayed masked. We didn't unmask until we actually got to the actual place and we were outside, right? So when we were walking outside in the sun, yeah, I didn't keep my mask on because we was outside in the sun, and I'm not that good, right? I have to breathe, and that was not breathable weather, right? So, you know, we had, and by the time you see this video, I would have posted the vlog. So that was my first vlog. Let me know what y'all think about that. Should I do more or should I not? Should I just stick with regular videos? Yes, okay, be honest, because I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the output, but it is what it is. But anyway, sometimes I have to use a Q-tip to clean up if I'm looking crazy. But but yeah, so I why am I looking like my lighting changed on me or something? Hold on. So yeah, so I'm all over the place, y'all. I apologize. We're already 10 minutes into this video and I'm still running my mouth. I need to I need a cough drop or something. But we had a good time. We had a butler who was awesome. His name was Nacho. And we stayed at the Planet Hollywood in Cancun. And again, go see that vlog so you can see the room and everything. We had a wonderful time. And, you know, all the servers had masks on in the restaurants. all the servers on, you know, that because we had servers come to our pool in the back of our room, they were always masked. My butler wasn't, and I didn't know this until after the fact, but you know, I don't think that he's the one who gave me COVID, right, or anything like that. I just think it happened. I think I went to, one day I was smoking a cigar outside, and I went, and some of the, because it was 41 of us that went, some of the adults were like, oh, let's go to the club. And I was like, I was like, all right, fine. So when I finished my cigar, I went to the club. I think I had my mask underneath my chin like an idiot and not up. And while I wasn't in the midst of the crowd, I still went to the bar, and it was very crowded, and I had to stand there and wait. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I know that I wasn't feeling bad at all. And then as we were on our way, to the airport after our week was up, I started doing the tight cough. That's what I would do. And my daughter's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then she's like, Mom. And I'm like, what? It's just a little tickle in my throat. She looked at me like, right? And I'm the only one in my house who hadn't had it already, right? And I kept, right? Got on, and that was it. And I stayed masked up, you know, and everything. But I just kept like that. On the plane, I was drinking, so I had a lot of vodkas and cranberries, more vodka than cranberry, and it was wetting my palate, so I wasn't coughing. So I was like, see, I'm fine. Got off the plane, I was fine. I wasn't coughing anymore. Got home, I showered, you know, everything, I was fine. The next morning, I woke up, and whoa, I was coughing, sniffling, like I had a really bad cold. So I said, okay, I must have come down with something from the plane. I'm going to use the blue velvet Dior Quint. I haven't even touched this one yet, but this is the one I'm going to wear today. Yes, I'm going to wear a colorful eye look, even though I'm going to work. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use this shade right here. No, I'm going to use this middle shade as the transition first. So yeah, so I was a bit thrown off that morning when I woke up. Now, let me step back. On our we had, the whole group had a WhatsApp group connection, right? So that when we were out there, we could connect with each other, right? So first thing that happens when we get back is somebody, of course, everybody tests when they get home, right? We're very responsible travelers. So we test when we get home because there's no testing, you know, away anymore. Test when we get home, and I was negative, my daughter was negative, my best friend was negative. But somebody we traveled with hit the group up that night when we got back saying they tested, their son tested positive. Okay. All right, so now we're like, okay, well, who was in contact? Because just because all 41 of us were there, we all weren't in contact because we all didn't take the same flights. We might not have even sat next to each other when we had group dinners, etc. So, you know, we were doing all that. Next thing you know, 2 more people said, I tested positive. So we were like, oh, sugar honey iced tea, right? Okay, stuff happens. I'm not feeling well, so I'm like, I tested, I put in the group, I tested negative, but I don't feel well, right? I had I'm having a little bit of a cough. The next day, when I woke up and I was coughing like crazy, I texted the group and said, I'm still testing negative, because I tested for several days at home. And I told them I'm testing negative, but I feel like crap, right? I'm coughing. I sound like I have the whooping cough. Oh, I didn't even tell you. I'm going into this one now. I said I'm sounding crazy. I don't know what the hell. And I'm working from home, though. I'm not going in the office. So I'm working from home. I'm not feeling well. I came home on a Sunday. So that was Monday. I woke up really not feeling well. Tuesday, still not feeling well. Wednesday, I start to feel a little better. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Still testing negative. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I'm testing negative, so it must be all good. Thursday, I regressed. I felt like straight caca. And I want to curse. So I'm like, I'm gonna go into this shiny blue shade right here. And so I'm like, okay, oh, I'm really gonna be showing my ass at work today with this eyeshadow. But anyway, so I'm like, I'm not feeling well, I better go to the doctor. So I go to the Medi-Merge, right? After I sign off from work, because I still had to get stuff to do after being out for a whole week. So go to the Medi-Merge. Now I'm coughing. You know, my nose is stuffed up. I can barely smell out of my nose. I'm like, yo. And I lost my sense of smell that day, that Thursday. That's what really made me go to the doctor. You know, not just everything else, but when I couldn't smell Delina, I was like, let me, you know, that was my test. If I could smell Delina, I'm good. Man, listen, I couldn't smell that bad boy. I said, oh, hell no, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong. So I went to the Medi-Merge. The doctor said, I'm thinking you have bronchitis, right? Because he listened to my chest and he was just like, I think you have bronchitis. You know, I can definitely, you know what I mean, hear a little congestion. I can see your nose is stuffy, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I've had bronchitis before, so I'm like, all right, you know, it's all right. It's all good. All right. Just using this middle shade here for some more blending. So it wasn't a big deal to me, to be quite honest, because I was like, okay. He said, we're going to do a PCR test, because I kept saying I keep testing negative, right? But I am vaccinated and boosted. And that apparently can happen to people that are vaccinated and boosted, right? So, anywho, I said, okay. So he did a PCR test anyway. He tested for that. He tested for RSV, and he tested for strep. I'm going to use this dark shade right here to deepen my outer corner. So, you don't need much. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, cool. So he was like, go ahead home. I'm going to call in a script for an antibiotic for the bronchitis. All right. So I leave. Now I'm thinking, okay, he's not even worried. So I'm not going to be worried. So I went on, got in the car. My daughter was waiting in the car with me because she insisted on going with me because I was getting a lot of nosebleeds. And she was like, if you get a nosebleed in the car and you can't drive, I'm gonna have to drive because she has a learner's permit, so as long as I'm in the car, she could drive. So she came with me, you know, as kind of like as a backup plan in case something happened. Okay. Got in the car without my mask because I'm thinking I'm good, and we commenced to what we eating. Typical me. So we go. I didn't leave the car though, other than to get my meds. But we're trying to figure out, okay, where we going, what we doing. So I said, let me get my meds. So we went back home towards the Walgreens. This is really not looking as blue. It's really looking kind of purplish, but it's all good. I'm wearing blue and white today. It'll be fine. I need to. I don't want to use this one. I'm trying to think. I need to put on. I think I'm gonna use the Chantecaille primer. That's also SPF 45. Actually, I'm not gonna be outside today. I'm literally gonna be inside the entire day today. We even have to spend lunch in the training room, so I'm not gonna be outside. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use this mattifying one. Anywho. So, I'm like, before we even get anything to eat, we just like, I'm like, nope. I feel like crap. Let's just eat at home. You can order something, Uber Eats or something. I need to get home. So she said, okay, fine. So we went to Walgreens. While I'm waiting online to get my script, they call me. The Medi-Merge calls me. I'm gonna use Pat McGrath. This is not gonna match me, y'all, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I am still heavily, I don't know if you could tell, well, no, because I'm not, but I am still heavily tan, but we gonna work it out. So, and this is number 24. It's not even 22. But yeah, so what was I saying? So I was in line and they call and they're like, Miss Brown. I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, your test came back positive, but you have COVID. I was like, say what? Say huh? She was like, yeah, sorry, but you have it. So I'm like, oh, so I don't have bronchitis. She's like, no, you had it too. you need to, and I'm like, okay. They were like, you still need to take the antibiotic he prescribed you. So I'm like, okay. And she said, do you want to take an antiviral med? I said, I want to take whatever I need to take to get rid of this bad boy. So if that's what, you know, the option is from a medication perspective, sign me the hell up. And she said, okay, so stay there at the pharmacy and we're going to call it in. So that's what happened. So I ended up taking the antiviral med as well as the antibiotics, right, in order to address both the bronchitis and the virus. It was crazy. It was straight crazy. Right. But I took that Friday off from work, so I didn't even sign on. Even though I work from home, a lot of times when you work from home, when you're not feeling well, you figure, well, I'm home, so let me just push through. Not with this though. With this, I needed to chill. I needed to fall back and listen to my body and chill. So I needed to rest. I stayed in the bed literally all weekend. I didn't go anywhere. Well, I couldn't because I was on. The important thing is that when I didn't feel well, I didn't leave. So I still quarantined. Even though when I first came home, I kept testing negative, I didn't leave. I didn't do anything on purpose. Because I was like, nope, you're not gonna catch me giving anything to anybody. I'm staying my ass at home. And and then once I was officially diagnosed, they asked me to stay home for 5 more days. So that's what I did. So I was in the house for a total, outside of when I went to the doctor, for a total of 10 days, right? And it was fine by me because it was a much needed rest. I still work from home other than that one day, that Friday when I took off, and of course the weekend. But it definitely helped my healing, without a doubt. And it's important to understand, it's not that bad, how listening to your body is very, very important. Huda Beauty had come out with the 4-filter luminous matte liquid concealer. I got it, I forgot when. I think I just got it last week. I got it in the shade 6.3 Neutral Praline. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so let's see. This is the shade I got. You guys know I like brightening shades, so it's really light though. But yeah, so anywho, forgot to wet my brush. That was my ordeal. I am feeling a lot better now. I had a little, even though I tested negative a week ago, almost a week ago. I tested negative 5 days ago. I still had inflammation in my lungs. So I am on an inhaler, and I was on steroid pills. I'm finished those, but I'm still taking my inhaler. Which, happens when you get bronchitis. So I only use an inhaler if I get bronchitis, and I don't get bronchitis often, but I've had it before. And it takes a long time to get rid of that cough. Wow. I'm not gonna build it up because that's enough coverage right there. Even though I see a little bit of grayness, this is not gonna cover that gray. I should have color corrected first, but that's all right. So that was my ordeal, y'all. I'm gonna put a little here. Yeah. That was my ordeal. it didn't change the fact that I enjoyed myself and that I would still travel. You know, somebody said, you know, one of my friends said, "Oh, so are you going to not travel, you know, because you got sick?" I said no, because I would have gotten sick eventually regardless. Something's in my COVID is everywhere. Now I don't want to keep saying the word, because God help us if I get flagged or whatever. But anyway, COVID is everywhere. You know what I mean? So it would be silly of me to assume. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty powder, and I'm going to set under the eye with that. It would be really, really silly of me to assume I was never going to get it. Like I Am Legend or something. You know that movie with Will Smith where he was the only one that you know wasn't affected by whatever. Yeah, that's not what I expected. You know what I mean? I knew that eventually, at one point or another. Oh, did I move that? No. My tan is a little choppy, but that's all right. At one point or another, I was going to, you know, get it, because we all are. In my opinion, that's inevitable. So I wasn't that pressed. I'm just going to use the rest to set the rest of my makeup real quick before I so it is what it is, y'all. I got sick and I got better. I am gonna say that certain things that I did, like going to that club and not paying attention to my mask being up and stuff like that, yeah, obviously I wouldn't make that mistake again. But I'm gonna use the Dior Forever bronzer. Yeah, I wouldn't make that mistake again. You know, I mean, I would make sure that, you know, it's stupid stuff like, you know, you're supposed to keep eating. Well, I have your mask, and I do that often. I don't know about y'all. I put my mask down and eat something, drink something, and then forget to put it back up. It's the stupidness like that. Like, I wouldn't do that. I would be more conscientious of my actions. Because I wasn't this time. I wasn't. Because if I was, then that wouldn't have happened. Oh, God. Y'all, something's in my eye. Yeah. So I need a blush. But yeah, so this is not the right one. So anyway, tell me down in the comments, has You don't have to. We don't have to talk about, you know, actually did you get COVID, but you know, are you being as safe? I'm gonna wear this. This is what Paradise Venus. Y'all know this is like one of my favorite blushes. Are you making sure that you're being careful, even on vacation? You know, I would say make sure you are. If you have vacations planned, be diligent. You know, not just with the hand washing, because that's normal stuff, right? At least it should be. You know, but be diligent about, you know, your activities, you know, and just different things like that, so that you're protecting yourself and basically your family, because coming home being sick is not the move. And remember, I take care of a lot of people, y'all. Take care of my parents. I couldn't see my dad for 2 weeks. I couldn't be around my mom, but my mom was a trooper. She took care of me. She, you know, moms gonna do moms. She cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No matter how tired she was. I'm gonna use the Golden Nectar highlighter by Pat. Just dropped something. That going to work, y'all. Why I need all this highlighter? Anyway, that's all right. And I'm going to have a mask on. What you think I care? I'm still highlighted to the gourds. But like I was saying, yeah, so just make sure you're being diligent, you know, for the sake of your family. But my mom, she took care of me. She was like, oh no, my child is sick. You know, you go into full-blown mommy mode, no matter how old your child is when they get sick. And that's exactly what she did. I'm gonna take that dark shade and do my lower lash line. I mean, that is exactly what happened. Full-blown mommy mode. She would text me. From downstairs, from the kitchen. What are you gonna eat? What do you want me to make you for breakfast? I had to have groceries delivered. That was really the only way we were going to get them, right? But then my best friend who lived in Brooklyn came to Jersey. She went to the supermarket a few times for us. Little things here, like I needed more soup and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, my eyelashes are not cooperating today. It's making my eye run. There's something in my eye, y'all. Okay. I know I'm putting all of this on like I'm not going into the office, but I have really started not really worrying about too much eye makeup and all of that. Honestly, it is what it is. I like what I like, and I mean, unless I'm having some serious board meeting, which I'm not on the board, so you know, like executive level meeting, or so I'm gonna rock out with what I like, and that's what I'm doing. No lashes though, because y'all know I don't do lashes like that, but yeah, y'all, so that's what ended up happening. I ended up falling ill when I got home, but I feel better. Today is my first day back in the office. I don't go in every day anyway, but today's my first day back in a minute. So wow. My lash brag is in another bag, so I'm going to use the Merit for my under eye. Okay, so I need, okay, so I'm going to use Lala. Then I'm going to use this. This is the Chanel Duo in light brown, even though it may not look light brown. The great thing about this duo is it dries and then it doesn't move. Well, it barely moves. I'm not going to say it doesn't move. It barely moves. So I put this section on, and then let me do this. We use this part here as to cover it. Then we let it dry, and then it won't move. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting dressed and then I'll be back. All right, y'all, here's the final look. I think I need to switch my earrings, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is the final look. It's giving a little bit of a purplish look, like a periwinkle blue, which is fine because I had more navy top, which I don't know where it came from. I think it was Banana Republic or J. Crew, one of the two. But this is very old, so I can't even link it. The blaze is from Banana Republic last season. And I have on a pair of Express navy jeans. Very simple, my Dior slides. Anywho, this is the final look. Work appropriate despite the extra little pop of color on the eyes. I still have to put my glasses on and everything, but let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Let me know if anybody went on any vacations. Tell me how they were. I'm thinking, and I should have did like a full review of the hotel, but I didn't really want to do that because I was in the moment, but that's a whole nother story. Let me know also if you've seen the vlog. How do you feel about it? Do you want me to do more vlogs? Let me know down in the comments. Also a link, that's my 7 o'clock alarm. Links to all of the items I use on my face will be down below. If you use my links, they are affiliate links, which means that I will get a small commission for any purchases that you make on those links, which I do put back into the channel. Now that we've got all that done, I need to hit the highway and get some coffee. I will see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to stay safe and stay healthy. Stay tuned. Bye, y'all.